watching KRCG 13 live at sunrise.
Well, many kids and teens love spending time out in the hot summer weather, but for student athletes, training in the heat may present some health issues.
Ryan Rumbaugh joins us live with an athletic trainer with tips on keeping your kids safe during their summer training.
Good morning, guys. Yes, it's Wellness Wednesday. I'm at the Sam B. Cook Healthplex in Jefferson City, and we're talking today about getting our kids ready for those school sports to start, even though it's still the summertime, and making sure they stay healthy while they do it. I'm here this morning with Scott. Good morning.
Good morning.
Now, you're an athletic trainer here.
I am.
So you know all your stuff about staying healthy, getting fit.
Involved with a lot.
Oh, yeah. So we're talking about, it's hot outside. We've got kids outside all the time, keeping them healthy, keeping them hydrated. So take us through the process, before working out, during, after.
Hydration is very important, especially with the summertime heat here we have in Missouri. And a big portion of it is being hydrated before your kids even participate.
Yeah.
Being the water enough, Gatorade, because the more you sweat during the sport, you lose a lot of the electrolytes, and the Gatorade helps replenish that as well.
Yeah, and you said, avoid what to avoid.
Avoid sodas, those energy drinks, Red Bull, the 5-hour energy.
I feel like kids don't need that.
Those are not
they probably have enough
healthy
energy.
at all.
Yeah.
And those can cause more problems than good.
So it's important to hydrate before.
Yes.
Now, what about during?
During is still important, especially when it's temperatures up into the 90s. Frequent drink breaks to still replenish what you're sweating off.
Yeah, I coach a lot of kids. I coach cheerleading here in town, and I give them water breaks, and I get a couple kids every single day, never fails. I'm not thirsty, or I didn't bring water.
And that is a problem you run into where kids are like, well, I'm not thirsty. Well, sometimes it doesn't really matter. You need to still be drinking the water and Gatorade regardless.
So maybe that's something on the parents to,
some enforcing that still needs to be done, because the kids don't always want to listen the best.
Yeah, that's what I always say. Even though you're not thirsty, still go get a drink, because you're going to feel it later.
You will.
Yeah. So, okay, after that workout, especially if they're outside, what can they do to kind of recover afterwards?
Well, anymore, still with the water and Gatorade, proper eating habits. Avoiding, a lot of the sugar and just the junk food type things, and using more bananas, good to replenish, and just, being overall healthy.
Yeah, and we're talking about eating. What's maybe some good things to eat beforehand, before you go out and send your kids out to practice?
A lot of things you can do. Bananas are good before or after. A lot of the fruits are all good because they're high in the nutritional facts.
Is it good to fill up more, or kind of have those healthy snacks before?
Kind of the healthy snacks before. You don't want to be, on a full stomach going out and exercising, but a little something before would be beneficial.
Yeah, so making sure you drink water.
Yes.
The whole time.
Exactly, and avoiding the high heat of the day in the afternoon time.
Yeah, you said some hours are better than others.
The early morning or the late evening hours are better to stay out of the high heat.
Okay.
And wearing, like the, loose, light-fitted clothing so that's breathable, doesn't trap the sunlight in on you, and kind of acclimatizing yourself to the heat. Don't go out from the start and exercise 2-3 hours in the heat if you're not used to it.
Right.
It takes time for your body to get used to the hot temperatures and the humidity.
Yeah, and that's not only for kids, that's for adults too.
It is. It goes for everybody.
Goes for everybody. Well, when we come back, we're going to talk about, you guys have some dates for physicals coming up, because everybody's got to get one, especially these student athletes. So we're going to talk a little bit about sport physicals when we come back. But for now, we'll send it back to you guys.
Well, while most student athletes are in tip-top shape, sports physicals are required before the start of any season.
Ryan Rumbaugh joins us live with an athletic trainer to talk about the importance of taking your child for a sports physical.
Good morning, guys. Yes, I'm in Jefferson City at the Sam B. Cook Healthplex, and we're talking about sports physicals this morning, especially because they are mandatory in Missouri. I'm here this morning with Scott. Good morning.
Good morning.
Now, they're mandatory sports physicals.
They are.
And I know that when I was in high school, and if you didn't have your physical, you couldn't even try out for the team. So it's really important. So you don't want to miss that.
No, you don't. No, you don't.
Okay, so take me through physicals. Why are they important? You think student athletes, they're all in shape, right?
Yeah, they're important because we can identify if there are, any underlying injuries or conditions, pre-existing conditions that, may not be heard of that could affect you as you're on the field to play.
Yeah, so when you come in, there's some forms to fill out, and we were chatting a little bit earlier. You see a lot of teens that fill out these forms, they don't necessarily do it the right way. Tell me about that.
No, because it's like a med history questionnaire where, go over the questions of previous injuries or pre-existing conditions, family, health matters, just so the medical professionals have an idea of what's, gone on in the past. And a lot of times they don't always fill it out properly because they think they may not be able to participate if they don't.
Yeah,
but it is very important to fill them out properly so the medical professionals can give you the best of service.
Yeah, you said you kind of raise an eyebrow sometimes because you do these physicals and, oh, you've never been injured, you don't have any injuries, you're
normally
perfectly
there's always at least something.
Yeah. Okay, so when they come in for a physical, kind of explain what the physical is all about.
Yeah, well, there's a variety of medical health professions here. We have doctors, nurses, residents, athletic trainers, physical therapists. So your son or daughter is going to be seen by several disciplines rather than just kind of one person.
Right.
And I mean, there's check of vision, height and weight, blood pressure, a lot of range of motion and checking of the joints. Asking about previous injuries, and then get seen by the doctor at the finish to make sure everything else checks out.
Okay, yeah. So you guys have some dates coming up for physicals.
We do on July 22nd and July 29th. We have 2 dates available here.
Okay, and all people have to do is register and come on in?
You can call in, register, and get a time, and come on in.
Yeah, we were chatting. This is your reminder to do it now before things get busy during the school year, right? Because
it is.
It's easy to forget, too.
We're getting closer to the school year, so not much time left.
Yeah, knock it out now, and it's good for the whole season, right?
It is good for the whole season. We've been providing this for, I think, over 15 years now, so it's a great service to the community. And we also do some at the high schools themselves. So it's not only dates here, but some of the high schools we do as well.
Yeah, and you said you got your physical here?
Yep, when I was in high school, I did it here as well.
Very cool. So now you're doing them yourself.
Exactly.
That's really cool. Well, thank you for having us out today.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it.
Great information. If you want to schedule your son or daughter to come and get their sports physical done, you might as well get it done now. Go ahead and give the Sam B. Cook Healthplex a call. The number's at the bottom of your screen. For now, we'll send it back to you guys in the studio.